This problem and all other data structure problems can be found here at Sarai Studies. Link is in the description box below. In the last video, we discussed two things that we don't want to see in red-black trees. And the first one is right-leaning red links. So remember that we only like left-leaning red links, so kind of going in the left direction. We don't like the ones going in the right direction. And there's two different ways that can happen, so we'll go over that in this video. And the second thing is we don't want two left-leaning red links in the same row, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So while you're doing a problem converting a 2-3 tree to a red-black tree, you might come across certain cases that contains these things that we don't want. So the first case is if you have something like this. Here we have a right-leaning red link. We don't want that. So the strategy is to rotate left. Think of a clock. If you go this way, you're rotating left, but if you go this way, you're rotating right. So in this case, we take this and we rotate it left so it goes on the top, and that's what happens. And then now it becomes a left-leaning red link, which is perfect. We're so fine with that. So problem fixed. The second case is if you have something like this, where both of your links are red, then something super cool that we can do is we can recolor. All that just means is shift the red up, and so these are black. And it's better with an example when there's something up here. So let's look at this. Let's say you have the same thing as this, but now you have something up there. So if you have two red links, so essentially you have a right leaning red link and we don't want to do that. So you can shift the red up to this link right here. And so we call that recoloring, and so it just comes up this one right here, and that's fine. So here you didn't really see where the red was going because there was nothing there, but ideally it just shifts up and goes to the one above it. And finally, case 3 is when you have what we were talking about, two left-leaning red links in the same row, so diagonal row if you want to think about it that way. So here we rotated left, so now we rotate to the right. So we just take this and just bring it down, right? Rotate it to the right. We're going the right direction. So we're left with C here at the bottom. In other words, I like to think of it as just take B, push that to the top, and have A and C drop down. So literally something like this. You just rotated that C to the right. But this is still a problem because we see a right leaning red link and we don't want that. But we already know how to deal with that. We just recolor, meaning we just shift the red up. And so because there's nothing there, there's no effect on anything, but these just turn black. And that's it. So these are your 3 cases. Let's do an example.